Now at Wrigley Field, the friendly confines, courtesy of our friends at Earth Camp. Opening day, the Cubs will take on the Brewers right there at Clark and Addison. And joining me to talk some Cubbies, nobody better, author and Cubs encyclopedia, literally, Rick Kaempfer from Eckhart's Press. Rick, thank you for joining us, and happy opening day.
Biggest day of the year, Brad. Always very exciting.
And you ain't kidding about that, especially for you and your family. I know that, and I know you have literally logged and know every Cub ever, and that's in quotes. Okay, so let's talk New Year, new Cubs. What we're hoping for after finishing kind of middle of the pack last year. NL Central, they brought in some veterans, plug in some gaps. What do you expect this year?
I think, in some ways, they're going to be better than they were last year, and number one way is defense. They have an excellent defense up the middle. They've got Gold Glovers out there, and they've got decent pitching. The hitting is so my guess is they're going to somehow finish right in the middle of the pack there, but you never know. A couple things go well. This is the time of optimism, right? Yeah,
I appreciate your honesty. So you're saying the trouble is going to be run scoring. So give me a bold prediction, and we're going to replay this at the end of the year. 162 games. I know you are an encyclopedia, so you're very encyclopedic in your thinking. Math. What are you thinking? 162 games. They're going to be what?
I think we're going to be 81 and 81.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit better than people think, but I will also warn you that I am ridiculously optimistic, more so than the experts. The experts are picking around 75, 76 wins, but I think we're going to be a little bit better than that, but not a playoff team, sadly.
Yeah, which pitcher will have the most impressive season on the bump, you think?
I like the guy going today, Marcus Stroman. He was his first year with the Cubs last year. It was a little rough, but he's acclimated himself. It's kind of be like the Yu Darvish thing, where it started a little bit slow, but then he really came around. He's a great pitcher, and he's going to have a good season.
I wasn't joking when I called Rick an encyclopedia. He knows every Cub player ever. So you have your latest edition of your book. It actually came out yesterday. Tell us about it, Rick. Yeah, show us it. How do we get it?
Yeah, there it is. It's at eckhartspress.com. It's our 5th edition. We have literally, as you mentioned, every single player that ever played for the Cubs is in this book. We did little mini bios of all of them, and it took me about 10 years to do it. This is our 5th edition. If you bought the first one, and thousands of you did, it's time to get another one, because there are 500 new entries since the first one came out.
Excellent. So I know you're a North Side fan. The South Siders going to give us any excitement this year? Be a potential playoff run or no?
I'm sorry. There's another team in town?
There's another team in Chicago. He's going to play that game. I'm just trying to build some hope.
Sorry.
Okay.
No, I actually don't follow the White Sox that closely. I think they're supposed to be better than the Cubs, so yeah, I hope they are for their sake.
I really love that. Just an ingrained Cub fan. I know all of them, but I got to play it down the center here. Rick Kaempfer, Eckhart's Press. The book, Every Cub Ever, his encyclopedia, Every Cub Ever, new edition, just out. We appreciate it, Rick. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Brad. Go Cubs.